Hey guys, welcome back for another video. It's me, What You Will. Today we are starting on case 37, The Reaper and the Geek. So yeah guys, let's get straight into this video. Hello Will, are you ready to go? I'm so excited. I've always been curious to see the Greensboro Sci-Fi Fantasy Festival. What a sight, you and me and hundreds of geeks. Come on, it will be fun. It's never too late to discover new things. And maybe they'll have geek muffins or geek cupcakes. Cupcakes and muffins. At the Greensboro Sci-Fi Fantasy Festival. Are you seeing all those people in the costumes? Well, and all those stands and statues? I don't even know where to start. Look at this giant statue. I think it's one of those characters Alex reads about. Lady something. I don't recognize the other character, however, but look at the expression and the blood. It looks very real. And that smell, it stinks. Is it normal? Goodness, I'm beginning to think that this is impaled doll is. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Will? But nobody seems to have noticed it. We had to take a closer look at it. Oh my goodness, this is not a doll, Will. It's a human body. Poor kid, this is just unbelievable that no one realized what happened to him. His wallet indicates his name is Joe Turner. We had to take him back to Nathan for an autopsy. From what we can see, Joe fell off of the upper floor. The height of the barrier would have saved him from an accidental fall, which means he was pushed. That torn poster may tell us by whom. You're right, Will. Whoever owns that stand next to the statue must have seen something. Let's see who it is. Kevin Parker, the comic book seller from the dead musician case? It seems fitting that a comic book seller would have a stand at a geek festival. Let's find him. What are those pieces of paper about? Oh, it's a Captain Simple poster, and it was among the ones hanging from the ceiling. Joe must have tried to grab it to stop his fall. Maybe there's still some traces of the fight between Joe and his killer. Let's take a closer look at this poster, Will. Finally, Joe does something right. At least I won't hear him gloat anymore. Why do you seem so happy that Joe Turner died, Kevin? I'm not happy Joe died. But I ain't gonna cry. Him and I, we had a complicated relationship. I hated his guts, and the feeling was mutual. But we've been rivals since kindergarten, so it's gonna be weird to not have him around anymore, I guess. The thing I can tell you is that you'll have some trouble finding someone who won't be relieved Joe's dead. They might feel guilty about it and all, but they're all cheering inside. Maybe you should take a look at the bus Joe took to come to the festival this morning. I heard he managed to make everyone insult him. Maybe someone got more pissed than the others. Apparently Joe was not the most liked person around here, but that's not a reason to take his death so lightly. You're right, we should take a look at the bus Joe took to come to the festival, especially if he angered his fellow passengers. After you, Will. So what did you collect on that poster Joe destroyed in his fall, Will? Some identified substance? Let's send it to Grace. She'll find out what it is in no time. This bus is a complete mess. I thought geeks were more careful with their belongings. Look, one of them even lost her ticket to the festival, or at least it looks like it is. Can you see what's written on it, Will? Hey, what are you doing in this bus? If you forgot something, you had to ask for an organizer's permission. We're members of the Greensboro Police Force, ma'am. We're investigating Joe Turner's murder. So you're the ones I had to blame for evacuating the festival floor. Well, I guess it couldn't be helped, but murder is bad for business. I'm Perry Foreman, the creator and organizer of this festival. I guess you'll need my statement. I'll be available to talk when you need me. Great job clearing out the inscriptions on that ticket, Will. What does it say? It's a meet and greet ticket. It's one of those overpriced tickets that let you meet a celebrity. And this one is for the main star of the festival, Bruce Anderson. You know Bruce Anderson, Will. Alex has a poster of him in his lab. He's a famous B-movie actor. He was in Attack of the Mutated Broccolis and Aliens of the Machu Picchu. Whoever lost this ticket will be so pleased to have it back. They will tell us everything we want to know, but unfortunately there's no name on it. You're right, Will. The serial number on the back of the ticket will tell us who brought it, but it's still scratched out. Can you decode the number? Great job, Will. You decoded the serial number of the meet and greet ticket like a pro. Let's send it to Alex. He'll find out who is hiding behind this lucky serial number. I'll be honest with you straight, Major Will. I won't cry over Joe's death, nor do I think anyone will. He already ruined my day by forcing you to close the festival floor. I mean, even in death, he's putting this festival in jeopardy. Putting up a Geek event in a city like Greensboro is a major gamble. Even with our proximity to the university, it's mostly an old city with old habits and old fears. The frequentation has been lackluster for a few years now, and we're not making as much money as we need. This may well be the last sci-fi fantasy festival in Greensboro. And Joe, well, let's just say Joe never did anything to help. He was trying to take over the organization of the festival for years. He wanted my job, that's for sure. Maybe his death will ensure that the festival lives on. Sweet, sweet irony. I looked at the substance you collected from the poster at the festival, and I can tell you it's glue. More precisely, it's the kind of glue used to attach plastic prostheses to the skin with it. You can easily wear pointy ears, fake noses, bigger chins, and everything. And Nathan confirmed, Joe Turner didn't wear any prostheses. So if the killer uses this glue, they must wear prostheses themselves. Great job, Grace. It means we have to be attentive to any body transformation, Will. Let's keep our eyes open. I found out who the meet and greet ticket you found in the bus belongs to. And it's a friend of ours, Tess Goodwin. Tess? I didn't think she was the kind of girl who would pay a fortune to see an actor, but to each their own. Careful, Jones, it's not just any actor, it's Bruce Anderson. He's so talented and so strong and so handsome and so manly. Okay, let's forget I ever said anything. Come on, Will, we have to give this ticket back to Tess before Alex decides to keep it for himself. Wait a second, Will, you may have problems finding Tess at the festival. She went in costume. Keep your eyes open. What do you want, Major Will? Right now it's not the best time. I lost my meet and greet ticket. I can't see Bruce Anderson without it. Tess, is that really you? Oh, and do you mean this ticket that we found inside the bus? You should be more careful. Oh my goodness, my ticket. Thank you so much, Major Will, for bringing it back to me. I waited all my life to meet Bruce Anderson. You're investigating Joe's death? Is that it? I'm pretty sure most of us had noticed he was dead there and didn't say anything. We're not happy he's dead, but we're all relieved he's gone. He was patronizing, misogynist, butthole, who was looking for fights all day long. He was just a pain in the butt. Plain and simple, always wanted me to prove that I was a real geek. So yeah, good riddance, and I have to admit, the fact that Joe won't ever criticize Bruce again is filling me with uncontainable joy. Goodness, fanboys really can't hold a grudge, can't they? Joe certainly seemed to take pleasure in ruining everybody's fun, but that's not a reason to kill him. You're right, we have to keep digging, Will. There must be more to this case than simple hatred. The cause of death is pretty obvious. The victim died impaled on that statue. In other words, he's dead, Jim. My name's David Jones, not Jim. And of course he's dead. That's why we sent him to you for an autopsy. Jones. He's dead, Jim, is a quote from a famous TV show. This festival is bringing back so many memories. That show was one of the reasons I went into medicine. But back to the corpse now, shall we? I noticed he was holding something in his hand, and I managed to get off of his death grip, this badge from the festival. No name on it, but it's a professional badge. The victim must have grabbed it from his killer when he fell to his death. So it means Joe Turner's killer is a professional attendant of the Sci-Fi Fantasy Festival. Good job, Nathan. Later at the police station. You know, Will, all those geeks is kind of making me dizzy. I'm not sure I can really get everything that's going on here. I can't understand all those obscure references. Don't fear, Mr. Amazing is here to rescue you. Holy crap, Alex, what the heck are you wearing? It is my undercover costume. I'm cosplaying as Mr. Amazing, a great forgotten hero from a 60s comics, a classic. And by Captain King's orders, considering my extensive knowledge of all the things geek, I'm to be your official sidekick on this case, Major Will. Just you and me for the rest of the case, Will. Ain't that amazing? Wait, what? Yes, it's official. Considering my extensive knowledge of all things geek, I'm to be your official sidekick on this case, Major Will. Really, Alex? Captain King asked you to assist Will for this case? Well, I won't say no to a little vacation, so let me summarize our progress for you. Joe Turner was pushed over a rail at the Sci-Fi Fantasy Festival and got impaled on a promotional statue. His murderer left him on display for everyone to see. And for what we've seen, everyone seemed to hate the guy. For now, we don't really know where else we can turn. Are you kidding? If something bad happened at the festival, Irma will certainly know more about it. She's the top source of gossip in Greensboro. You remember Irma? You met her during the dead musician case. All the festival attendants go to eat at the diner. We'll learn something there for sure, Will. Let's go. Yay, Irma decorated the diner again. I love it. She does it every year for the festival. Look, here she is. Hi, Alex. A country burger as usual? What are you taking, Major Will? Nothing today, Irma. We're here on an investigation. Joe Turner was killed this morning at the festival. Really? I thought it was just a rumor. Listen up, free meal for everyone. That's a treat on me. Seriously? Irma, how could you be so happy about Joe's death? I'm just kidding. I don't want to go bankrupt. Feel free to take a look around, Major Will. I'll be in the kitchen if you need me. Oh goodness, my first investigation is so exciting. What does Jones say again? Ah yes. So Will, did you find anything of interest in Irma's diner? Good impression, don't you think? Your voice is way more difficult to imitate. For example, but you're right. Back to the case. This bag from the festival seems interesting. We should take a look through it. And we should talk to Irma as soon as possible. She hated Joe's guts, but I don't really know why. Guess it's time to find out. So what did you discover inside the festival bag you found at the diner, Will? A torn paper? It looks like an article. Let's piece it back together. If you're here to talk to me about Joe, I'll tell you right away. I won't hide my dislike for this guy. He's been banished from the diner for causing fights between customers. And now that he's gone, my little Bruce will be able to meet his fans in peace. Your little Bruce? Oh my goodness. Irma, are you going out with Bruce Anderson? Is that how you managed to get him to come to the festival? He's my brother, Alex. Anderson is my maiden name. And since the festival is good for my business, I just asked him for a little favor. He's a nice kid, and I'm happy everyone agrees. So you know where he is? Oh my goodness, I'm friends with Bruce Anderson's sister. Can we talk to him? Sure, he's eating his breakfast in the staff room. Don't freak him out, though. He has a very long day ahead of him. We get to meet Bruce Anderson in private? This is the most glorious day of my life. But you're right, Will. We have to focus. Irma hated Joe and cared a lot about the festival. She's definitely a suspect. Okay, and now we got to meet Bruce. Do I look good, Will? Do I need a breath mint? Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Great job, Will. This torn article you restored seems to be talking about the festival. It's an article from the Greensboro Daily and is tearing apart the festival and its organizers. Who's the author? Rene Joter? I never heard of him. You're right, it sounds like an alias or something. I'm gonna pass it through the database, see if I can trace anything related to this guy. You can count on me, Will. Hello, Major Will. To what do I owe the pleasure? Urban told me what happened at the festival. I hope it won't delay my appearance. No, of course. I mean, don't worry, Mr. Anderson. Everything will go on as scheduled. But we had to ask you, did you know Joe Turner by any chance? I may have met him at a festival before, but honestly, I can't remember. I have a lot of fans, and I can't remember them all, even if I try my hardest. Of course, we understand. When are you scheduled to appear at the festival, Mr. Anderson? In a few hours. I hope to see you there, Major Will. Don't forget to meet me backstage. I'll get you a special autograph. Did you hear that, Will? Bruce wants to see us. He wants to see us at the festival. I'm so happy I could cry. In his special autograph, he only offers it to his greatest fans. I'm gonna faint. Hold me, Will. At the Greensboro Sci-Fi Fantasy Festival. It's time, Will. Bruce Anderson is going to appear at the meet and greet. Yes, you're right, Will. I should stay focused on the case. I can't go to a meet and greet in the middle of an investigation. While we're here, we should take another look at the crime scene. After you. Okay, I'm going to concentrate and forget that Bruce Anderson is doing his meet and greet right now. So what did you find on the festival floor, Will? Oh my goodness, can I have a look at the figurine, please? I think I know what it is. It's one of Joe Turner's most precious possessions. It's an extremely rare copy, and Joe was the only person to own it in this past the United States. We should see if there's not a clue to collect on it, Will. Joe would never have left it on a festival stand. Oh look, people are getting out of the meet and greet with Bruce Anderson. There's Tess and Kevin. Can we talk to them, Will, please? I want to know what we missed. But I was lucky. So what did you find on Joe's figurine? Is there anything of interest? You found some kind of powder. We'll send it to Grace. She'll find what it is in no time. I just saw Bruce Anderson. He was so beautiful. He looked at me. Do you understand? He looked at me. Goodness, I'm so sweaty. My prosthetic ears are falling off. I can't believe that darn Joe Turner almost caused me to miss something this perfect. I know you hated Joe since kindergarten, Kevin, but I never really knew why. Did something happen? I mean, other than his splendid natural character? Oh yeah, something happened. We had an argument about a rare figurine we both tried to buy. He wanted to bet, and he came to my shop every day to gloat. But I've plotted my revenge ever since, and this hard work has paid off. I own a picture of him, of when he was a kid in a fairy costume. Oh yeah. If I had put that thing on the internet, it would have destroyed his reputation. Now, well, of course I'm going to post it. I consider it an homage. Oh my goodness, I just saw Bruce Anderson. I breathed the same air as him. Life was worth living for this moment. Are my scales still in place? I had to push people to get a seat. I'm so glad Joe's death didn't stop Bruce from coming here. It would have pleased him so much. The little prick. How many times did he criticize Bruce for no reason? I imagine a lot of times, but it's not a reason to be glad that a person's dead. Tess, that's cold, even for you. Goodness, Alex, are you still angry that I killed your character at last week's table? You can't risk your life at the throw of a dice and blame the person who takes it. Yeah, but didn't I tell you, Will? Tess and I played at the same role-playing table together, and she brutally murdered my paladin with her thief. You shouldn't have played so carelessly. I just took advantage of an opportunity. It's human nature. So I looked up the author of the article you found. Renee Joter, and it's actually the nom de plume of someone we know well, Joe Turner. It's an article criticizing the festival organization. I can tell you it's far from being the only one he wrote against them. He speaks of financial problems at the festival, name-dropping several people such as Perry Foreman and Kevin Parker. And apparently this article almost destroyed the festival when it went out. No one had any idea the festival cost that much to the city. So Joe definitely had more than one enemy. If one of them knew he had those informations, that might have been enough to get him killed.
So I found what the powder you collected on that figurine is, and it's makeup, covering makeup that kind of used to dress up. Since Joe didn't wear any makeup and the figurine was hidden away, I'm 100% sure it comes from your killer. Thanks Grace, you're awesome. Now we know that Joe's killer wears makeup. We're making progress. So Will, now that we have the new information about our killer, do we know of any of our suspects that wears makeup? Well, there's Tess, obviously. I mean, she's kind of blue and everything. And there's Kevin, that I know always put on foundation when he's cosplaying. We're making progress, Will. That's awesome. We're kicking butt. Later at the police station. So what do you say, Will? Am I a good sidekick? Are we making good progress? Am I as good as Jones? Maybe I'll keep doing it after this case. What do you think? I'll ask Captain King if... Major Will, this is an emergency. Someone has gone crazy at the diner. He cut a customer's arm off with a machete. I ran back as fast as I could. I may actually recognize the maniac. With his maniac smile, his laughter, and oh my goodness, and his chin. And guys, that'll be the end of Chapter 1 and 2 of Case 37, The Reaper and the Geek. I'll see you guys next time for Chapter 3 and the additional investigation. I love you all. Get out.